All right. So I just want to spend a couple minutes just going through the business opportunity that 31 has to offer. I'm not going to take a ton of time, but I just wanted to piggyback off of what Dondria said. 31 has become the fastest growing party plan company in the United States, and it's getting ready for another huge explosion. And what does that mean? That means that within the next 2 to 3 years, we are most likely going to be doubling the amount of consultants that we have currently. 31, while some of us feel everyone knows 31 in relation to any other party plan company out there is such a small percentage. We are growing fast and furious is the way I like to look at it. So there are a lot of reasons why people start this. We heard a lot of them as we were going through before. If we could take 2 minutes, because we didn't get to hear Nicole's story or April's story, who are also current consultants, you could just say real quick why you decided to start your 31 journey.
Because she got tired of coming to my house to a party. I literally was doing parties like 3-4 times a year. You know, we had that one at Cheryl's, and that I just really loved the products. And then, you know, she was like, you have to do this, you have to do this. It took me 6 months, right?
That's it.
I was like, no, really, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then finally I gave in. You know, it's fun. I went to conference last year. I couldn't get there this year. Had a blast, you know, a road trip with 2 other people, and shared a hotel room with 2 other people, and never dreamed like I would share a room with those 2 other people. But we had so much fun, and we were driving back and forth and had really good time. So, and met a lot of people around the country from other states. So, and I'm still doing it, and I just do little bits here and there. So, you know.
But we're going to change
I do.
that.
Yeah. She's been irking me to move it along.
All right, April?
I joined last year right in a time where my life was transitioning. I was leaving my job to relocate to buy a house with my boyfriend, so not sure if I was going to have a job right away. I figured this would be the perfect time to join, so I did that about a month before I moved, and it's been helping me make some extra money. I've been fortunate enough where I haven't had to work full-time since I've moved, but so this has been a nice cushion.
And why don't you say what you're saving up for right now?
Oh, for a wedding.
Oh,
Yay!
It's nice to finally meet you. I see your name all the time.
And what was your name?
Lori.
Oh,
I don't post anything because
She's a stalker.
I but I read
She's
everything.
there. A little bit about me and my 31 journey. My 31 journey is actually hilarious because, as you can see, my best friend in the world is a 31 consultant, and I didn't go to her launch party because I hate home parties. I did at the time, and I also, it happened at a time in my life where we were flat broke. And when I say flat broke, I mean, like, I was not going to go to her party to be able to say, I'm sorry, I can't afford this $30 bag right now. And so I remember it was actually in the room across there. It was after service. I said, good luck. I left. And about maybe 6 or 7 months later, another one of our friends had a party. And, you know, a lot can change in your life in 6 or 7 months. And so I was able to go, and I was like, I really like this. I really like this. I really like this. She's like, well, have a party, and then you don't have to pay for it. And I'm like, free as me. That's exactly where I am right now. And by the time it came around to my party time, I decided that this was something that I wanted to do in order to help us with our financial situation. And through 31, I have been able to, we've paid off almost $200,000 in debt so far. Not all of it has been from 31, but my husband and I were up to our eyeballs in a ridiculous amount of consumer debt. And we are, no, I mean, believe me, you have no idea how much 31 has paid. I have a crazy life. My, husband works crazy hours. I have 2 kids. I teach full time, and I've been able to grow a successful business that is growing on a maximum of 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, 6 to 8 hours per week. I can't talk now, but I'm really good at my job. Anyway, so I love 31. 31 has done more for me than I could ever imagine, and I absolutely just love sharing the opportunity with others. So what I'm gonna do is normally when I typically
Can I ask you a
sure.
question? Did you say that you teach full time and then you also do this?
Yep. Yep. So I am a full-time school teacher. I teach over at the Votech School here in Denville, and I do 31 as a part-time thing throughout. So when I meet with people, and normally I'm going to break this down really easy. Most people want 5 questions answered when they're just slightly thinking about, is this something I can do? And here are the 5 things that I have found that people want to know. It's the 5 questions that need to be answered about 31. Is it easy? Is it fun? Can I make any money? Will I get training and support? And is this a good time to start? So I'm going to go through all 5 of these things really quick. So the first thing I want to say is, did what Dondria presented tonight look easy? Is there anything about it that looked overly difficult or something that you couldn't see yourself doing?
Yeah.
All right.
If this monkey can do it, anybody can do it.
Okay. So the next thing I want to go through is it fun? And you know what? 31 came into my life at a time when my son was just born. No, maybe he was like a year old, but whatever. That's just born in kid years. And I was their mom. And that's kind of all I was at that point. And 31 has given me the opportunity to meet so many women, some that even live in my own town, that I would never have known. I would have never have known. And so I know that I think that this is one of the most fun things to do. I show up at someone's house with a bunch of bags, get to hang out with a lot of really cool women.
Most of them make a lot of good food too.
Oh yeah, I
Ready to
eat
eat.
good. I eat good. But I did want to just ask other consultants too, because I don't want it to just be from me. But you know, show of hands, how many people think this is fun?
Most of the time.
I don't know. I like the purses and bags.
Exactly. So I vote yes, it's fun. All right, here's where I'm going to nerd out on you, okay? And it becomes the can I make any money doing this? A lot of times people come and they say to us, this is great and all, but I can't put out a lot of money, and my husband's going to kill me if I put out all this money and I don't make anything from it. Well, 31 eliminates that option. And basically what it is we do not keep inventory. Everything that somebody buys from 31, they order through us and it gets shipped to them. There is no, let me buy 10 bags and then go and sell these 10 bags. So actually 31 really discourages overbuying and keeping things on inventory. So, but the biggest way that I can put this into perspective is I want to go through what would happen on a typical night. You go to someone's house. I'm going to say that your party sales are about $500. Now, company average is well over $600 for an in-home party. But when you're starting out and you're just getting, used to things going on, let's just be really, really conservative, okay? Because I don't want to break anyone's heart. We earn 25% commission off of everything that is sold at the party. Now, that does not include hostess benefits. Those are provided from the company, okay? So anything that is purchased, we get 25% of it. So let's say you have a $500 party. Are there any other nerds in the room who could tell me how much money you would make that night?
I don't know.
Woo-hoo! $125. Okay? So for about 3 hours of your life, going, meeting wonderful new women, eating really good food, you will go home earning $125 in your next paycheck. Now, how long do you think you'd have to work a part-time job to make $125?
4 days.
We can
If
eat
it's part-time.
right.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours.
So let's say you even get $10 an hour at your part-time job. That's 12 and a half hours you would need to work in order to make the equivalent.
4 days.
There you go, 4 days of what you could make in one party with 31.
Without nerding.
You've been out nerding. So, to be outrageously successful in 31, and I mean outrageously successful, simply hold 3 to 4 parties per month. And if those happen with a $500 profit, there are at least 2 to 3 hot prospects at each party. And it's so much fun to help others. And you are rewarded for that as well. So Dondria and I both have built teams in 31. We bring people into the business, get them set up, get them going, and get them off to a successful start. So we are rewarded in that way from 31. So we don't only make money on our commissions, we make commissions off of our downline as well. So I didn't know if, Dondria, do you want to share anything about that, or?
You know, it really is an amazing way to make extra money. I mean, from my own personal sales, because the position that I'm in now, I make a 30% commission on all of my personal sales just because of my position with the company. But even comparing my personal sales and my personal commission based on what I get in the overrides from my team, I literally double what I would be making normally as a consultant every month by being in leadership with this company. So my average paychecks, depending on the months and depending on the seasons, range anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 a month. And only half of that, or maybe sometimes even less than half of that, would have been my own personal commission just from doing the parties myself.
And just so you know, there is an amazing opportunity with 31 where, depending on how big you grow your team and things like that, is there are people in our organization that make over $500,000 a year, and they simply just do what we do. They go into
about
living rooms.
20 hours a week.
Yep, they work about 20 hours a week. They do exactly what we did, and they are living in the neighborhoods where doctors and lawyers are. Yep. So the sky's the limit with 31. It just depends on what you want to do with it. So with that being said, do you think I could say that yes, you could make some money with 31? All right. What?
A little.
A little. All right. So will I get training and support? The answer is yes. 31 does a lot of training via online avenues, as well as things that we used to call Celebrate and Connect, but now call Better Together meetings, which are bi-monthly meetings where we get together. And that is all amazing. But what Dondria and I have committed ourselves to do is that we want to start holding more trainings for our team locally. We find that while 31 is amazing because you're your own boss, you get to work your own hours, you get to do your own thing, when you're off on your own, there's hiccups. So we're trying to do trainings once or twice a month to pull everybody together so we can share ideas, so we can go through different presentations and product presentations, so that we're there with you every step of the way. 31, it sounds kind of weird when I say this, but it is a sisterhood. It's a sisterhood of women who are out to fulfill the mission of this company, which is just to celebrate, encourage, and reward each other in whatever way possible. I know that I have gained some fantastic friends who live completely across the country, who I never would have met had our paths not crossed for 31. So we also have trainings on 31 today. We have Facebook groups, and we have our meetings. So can you say that there's some training to get you started? All right. So the last question is this a good time to start? The answer, in my opinion, is always yes. It is. There's no reason not to. But right now is a really exciting time to start. And the reason I say that is because the writing is on the wall, like we said, for a huge explosion within 31 with the growth. But also, we have a new catalog. So even people that you know that may know 31, they don't know this catalog.
She does.
Okay? It's 3 days old. Okay? It's 3 days old. And in my opinion, it's the most sophisticated catalog we have ever had. Therefore, it leads us to be able to break into a market that we've never been able to break into before. And I like to say that 31 was always fantastic, but it was definitely a mom bag. All right? It was definitely geared for the organizing mom on the go, you know, and we're great. But now we can appeal to the 20 to 30-year-olds too, who are just working, you know, just getting out, just getting started, and don't need the bag that holds your coffee cup without falling over because they don't have a reason to be tired yet. So, one of the things that's great about in the fall, starting before the fall is also the biggest selling season for any company. But 31, I would say I probably sell, I would say at least half of my yearly volume between September and November. Because it's just
Holiday shop.
everybody wants to holiday shop. It is a great time to start and explode. I started at the end of September when I started, and I paid for my Christmas debt free with just my 31 money. I think I was even able to pay off a credit card at that point, and I had promoted to a senior consultant within that first 3 months. So it is, I mean, this is the time of the year if you know, can do that. And one of the fantastic things is people are around. It's the summer. It's kind of easy to get people to your lunch parties now. You can just do them outside, have a barbecue. When it gets cold, sometimes people don't want to leave their house, and it's New Jersey, and you know.
And they all cancel. And
They all cancel because it snows, and then it snows again, and then it snows again. So
No, she gets out there with the heater and makes it all melt.
good for
That
you.
was your party.
That is absolutely fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to check off that yes, this is a great time to start. Okay? There really is not a better time, in my opinion, to start your journey with 31. So the next question might be, how do I start? If this is something that you are thinking about doing, definitely, if you have any more questions, we can go through that. But it's just as simple as you order your kit, you set up your launch party, and then you earn some really awesome rewards along the way. 31 loves to celebrate us. They basically just want to give us free stuff. But more than what it is they want to set you up for success. So 31, and it's very true, and Cindy Monroe has stood at the podium and told people to stop buying things, because 31 will set you up for your next selling season. And as you can see, we don't do a presentation with anything other than what comes in your enrollment kit. So literally that first day, you can do that presentation and have a very successful party. They are our top selling items. They're picked for a reason. But sometimes people like to see other things, and there's nothing wrong with that. So what 31 does is within your first 4 months of being a consultant, every month it has a little milestone. Selling $600, which is honestly one average party. Like we said, try to hold 3 to 4, but just with one average party, you get a box. And what it is, Startsville has gone through a little revamp, and I'm actually a little jealous that I can't re-sign up. Because what it used to be is you got what you got, and it was what it was. Now there are 8 choices of different things depending on what you choose. So you can click, I want some jewelry set. I want some more thermal scent. I would like a home kit or whatever. And there's some pre-chosen packages, and they don't cost you anything. They basically, you will get your $150 commission off of that $600 and get some free products. Also, what happens in your Startsville period, which is very exciting, is within your first 4 months, anyone that you choose to share the opportunity with, anyone that wants to go along for the ride and see where this journey takes them, when they become a qualified consultant, you get a $100 bonus. And there is absolutely no limit on how many $100 bonuses you can get. So if you signed up 10 girls and they qualified, you would get $1,000. You would also get promoted at that time and then get another $1,000 bonus, and then going and going and going. But you get the idea. There's no limit on that. So that's the Startsville in a nutshell. So what I would love to know is asking anyone, after hearing what I said, is there anyone who is considering either taking a closer look at the business or starting their very own 31 journey.
We got our youngest one over here that might be
You
ready.
gotta be 18. You gotta be 18, love bug. You gotta be 18.
He's excited.
I know.
So I'm actually gonna turn this off.